Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to talk an important research topic, that is types of research gap. This is very much important for all the researcher to identify the research gap from literature review. It helps you to identify what is missing in existing studies and where new research is needed. So let's talk about evidence gap. An evidence gap occurs when different studies give opposite or conflicting results. For example, we can take that one study says online learning improves performance. Well, another study says it does not. That means online learning does not improve performance. Because the conclusion does not match here, this creates an evidence gap and more research is required to find the truth of research. We have knowledge gap. This research gap exists if there is no research on a particular topic or a similar topic. We can take one example. If there is no research available on a new business model or new technology, then this create a knowledge gap. This type of gap or research gap is common in emerging fields. Third one is practical knowledge gap, or we can say it as action knowledge gap. This gap happens when what research suggests and what actual professionals do are different. For example, uh, research may say one management practice is the best, but in reality, companies may follow a completely different practice or approach. This different theory and practice create a practical knowledge gap, or we can say it as the action knowledge conflict gap. That is methodological gap, or we can say it as method and research design gap. A methodological gap occurs when researchers use the same method repeatedly, even though better methods are available. We can take one example. During research, using surveys will give one result, but when researchers use interviews or experiment research techniques, it could give deeper insights of research. Fifth one, we have empirical gap. An empirical gap exists when ideas or theories are proposed, but in reality, they are not tested using real database. For example, a concept may be discussed in theory, but there is no field study or data analysis to support it. Now let's discuss about theoretical gap. A theoretical gap occurs when a theory exists, but it is not applied to a specific research problem. We can take one example. A management theory may exist, but it has not been applied to startup or small business. We can say applying existing theories to new areas helps to fill this research gap. Gap, a population research gap happens when certain groups are ignored or underrepresented in research. Thank you so much for watching